Hello guys and Assalamu alaikum. Welcome back to my channel. This is Sanagul. Well, today we are going to talk about some useful tips which really have helped me in making my kid a lot more healthier, and it also helped me in protecting my kid from all those terrible illnesses like flu, cough and temperature. So, tip number one is giving your baby honey. I was Googling the other day that doctors actually ask not to give honey to infants when they are not 6 months old. And I also did that, but I used to give honey to Raina, and that was not like I used to put honey on the tablespoon and then I used to give that honey to Raina. No, I just with the help of this finger, I just dipped my finger into the honey and applied that honey onto her gum so that she can actually swallow that honey. And then when she turned 6 months old and she started teething, I again gave this honey, like rubbing the honey on her gums twice or thrice a day. And it actually helped her in relieving the pain because it soothes down the hard gums, and she didn't whine, because there are so many medicines out there which actually helps in teething, but none of those helped Raina, and honey was the only thing which actually relieved Raina from her teething pain. And after 6 months old, now I have made it my routine to give Raina half a teaspoon of honey after every other day. It not only helps in soothing down the teething problem, but it actually helps in soothing down uh, throat sore or even cough. Alhamdulillah, she has never fallen sick, even though she is 1 year and 3 months old. I'm not even bragging about it. Alhamdulillah, Alhamdulillah, she hasn't fallen sick once. N- that is and this is only because of these tips which I keep on doing. So this is the only reason that why I'm sharing these tips with you guys, because these tips have actually helped me a lot in making my kid a lot more healthier. And uh, you can say I just don't like kids to be taken to hospital. I know on my part as a mom, I have to struggle double and triple sometimes for her, but it's my duty. I don't like my kid to fall sick only because I can't do extra. I really try to do something extra only because I don't want Raina to cough or even sniff. Even though I was sick a few days back, but still I didn't want Raina to fall sick. So coming back to why doctors ask not to give honey, because I have written it down, because in honey, occasionally, not oftenly, just occasionally, there is a bacteria called Colostrum botulinum, which is found in honey and which is very harmful for the kids. That is why doctors ask not to give honey to infants. Obviously, we all know that how sensitive infants are, and any one thing, one wrong step can, lead to disastrous condition. So God forbid nothing should happen to any of the kids. So this is the reason why doctors ask not to give honey. But like I told you that I did give honey to Raina, and that was not a whole spoon of honey. I only used to rub honey on her gums when she was teething, and even before she wasn't teething. And now after 6 to 7 months, I have made it my routine to give her honey, half a teaspoon of honey after every other day. Now, number two is massage. When toddlers are little, when they are infants, it is way too easy to give a toddler a warm massage before the bath or after the bath. And eventually, when they grow up, it becomes so damn hard to control a kid and make her lie down so that a mother can give her or him a massage, but it is really important. I know it's very tough when you have a toddler of 1 or 2, but still try to at least give him or her a massage once a week or twice a week. And number two, if your kid is teething, or even if your kid is not teething and he or she has a sore throat, what you should do is warm olive oil or any other form of oil and give your kid a massage on the throat. I actually do this with Raina when she is teething. Other than that, she does not let me touch herself. So when she is teething, she is actually in pain. That is why she let me do this. Otherwise, she doesn't let me do this. What I do is I give her massage like on this, what you can say, whiskers, or on this bone of the face, and under the ear, and even inside the ear. And then what I do is that I do like this. I put a lot of pressure on my thumb and on this middle finger, and I come from up to down, and it really soothes Raina's teething pain. As I told you earlier, that she does not let me do this when she is not teething. She was teething 2 days back. That is why she let me do this, because it actually relieved her from her pain. So do give your kids a massage once or twice a week if they are 1 and 2, and it really, and if they are not letting you give a massage. Other than that, if your kid is just a few months old, massage your kid daily. It really helps in strengthening their bone. Number three is giving your kid tea or kava. Even when Raina was 3 months old, I used to give her 2 teaspoons of warm tea. Yes, that's it. It actually again helps in soothing down the throat. Raina was 3 months old when October came. So again, it's October, so the weather was uh, a very tricky one for Raina, because it was not too cold, not too hot, and yet sometimes in evening, her I could feel her legs getting cold. Even now, sometimes I feel that her legs are getting cold under the fan. So what I used to do is, and I still do this, that when she was only a few months old, I used to give her a few teaspoons of tea if I'm taking tea, or even kava if I'm taking kava. And now she actually asks for tea. Whenever I am having my tea, she just sits beside me and she is like, it means that she wants tea. So now that she is 1 year and 3 months old, I give her 5 to 6 teaspoons of tea, warm tea, not cold tea, or even kava if I'm having one. And I feel that it actually again helps in preventing her from coughing, because like I told you, I hate when kids cough, and when it comes to my kid, I will do anything to prevent Raina from coughing. Now coming to the fourth one is sunlight. Sunlight, no doubt, is the greatest blessing of Allah. Back in October, when she was 3 months old, she somehow got a stuffed nose, and that was because of me, I guess, because I didn't know how to handle her. I was out somewhere and she got that stuffy nose, and I felt really bad. And what I did was, I took her outside in the sunlight, and I stood with her. She was in my hands, and I stood her facing, her back was towards the sun, and her head was facing the sun. And what I did was, I stood there for like 20 to 25 minutes, and when her head started to heat up, her stuffed nose started running. Believe me, her stuffed nose started running, and I cleaned it off. I did this for 3 days, and I swear I didn't give her syrup, even though my mother asked me to give her Arenic, but I didn't. I told myself that I will struggle, I will do my level best to make sure that Raina is well, and I don't want Raina to take any sort of medicine. So I did this exercise 3 days in a row, and after 3 days, she was as fit as a fiddle. I know many of you must be thinking that I should consult a doctor or whatever, but believe me, I don't know if any one of you can relate with me on this topic, that I don't like taking kids to hospitals. No, I don't like. I don't want my kids to have that hard antibiotic and pathetic courses. I'm sorry, I'm not that sort of a parent. I cannot take my kid to doctors. I'm sorry. I don't know. I must be mad or something, but that's who I am. So, like I was telling you, sunlight actually helps in relieving your kids from stuffy nose, or if your baby is going through any sort of illness. Even when she had, you can say, slightest form of jaundice when she was born. So my mom used to keep her in the sunlight, and after that, till 6 months, I did this exercise, that I used to take her out in the park, and we used to because I don't have a lawn in my canal view house, that is in laws, but I do have a lawn in my mom's house, so so there it's a lot easier for me to take Raina out in the lawn and put her in the sunlight. But over here, I had to take her to the lawn park that was just a few blocks away from my home. But it was a good exercise also for me, because I also, my body also needs sunlight, so it also helped me a lot. And sunlight also helps in making your body strong and strengthen your muscles as well. And the last tip is, give your baby water. Again, I was googling it the other day, that doctors also ask not to give water to the newborn kids. Why? Because uh, the water which they actually need is fully accommodated by the breast milk, or even if they are having the formula milk. But I breastfed my kid, and I also used the formula one, and still I used to give her gripe water. In my previous video, the tips on parenting, I also mentioned in this that I used to give Raina water, and I still give Raina a lot of water. Like, she takes water 4 to 5 bottles, like 9 ounces or 7 ounces per day. Why I give water? Because it's, number one, very important, it strengthens the immune system, and number two, it flushes out all the toxins from your body. What more do you want? These two things are more than, you can say, more than a blessing. If your kid's immune system is getting healthy, what more a parent wants? And number two, if all the toxins are being flushed out of your body in the form of a urine, your baby is going to stay healthy. So what more do you want, mothers? This is the only thing. And last tip, well, I won't be saying that it's a tip, this is what I do. A few days back, I was sick, and I was having a very sore throat. So I used Surficol. These are the strepsils, Surficol, and also a toffee named Host. These two were the things which I had a lot, because these two really helped me in soothing down my cough. And what I did was, even though Raina was not coughing, but still I gave a little bit of these two things. Whenever I took them, I used to give these two things to Raina. Not the whole total sweet, no, just a little bit, because I really didn't want Raina to get sick. So these were a few tips, actually 5 tips, which really helped me during the first few stages of Raina. And all those mothers who have their kids, they know that how difficult it gets when you are handling your baby on your own. And all the mothers really try their level best to protect their kid from every harm, every illness. And like I said earlier, I was trying to do that as well, and I still try to do this. So these were the few tips which really helped me, and I really hope that those of you who are watching this video, they will also try these tips, and hopefully, inshallah, these tips will help you a lot. So this was it for today's video. I hope you like this video. Do give this video a thumbs up if you think that these tips are useful, and do subscribe if you haven't subscribed to my channel. Like I always say in the end, smile and the world will smile with you and for you. Stay blessed, stay happy, stay positive, and I will see you next time. Take care. Allah Hafiz.